Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this awesome 3D card effect in After Effects. It's basically a bunch of shapes duplicated in sequence, and we're going to use the Layer Duplicator script to pull it off super quick. All right, let's jump right in. I've got a new comp here, and the first thing I'll do is add a solid with any background color I like. Now let's build the card shape. Just double click the rectangle tool and boom, we've got a rectangle. Inside the shape layer, I'll go into rectangle path, set the size to 550 by 750 and tweak the roundness to 50 so it looks nice and smooth. I'll also turn off the stroke by clicking the little eye icon next to it. And to keep things organized, I'll rename the layer to frame by hitting enter. All right, now let's add a polygon. I'll grab the polygon tool, double click it, and After Effects drops a polygon shape right in the middle. Inside the shape layer, under polygon path, the outer radius to 200 and the outer roundness to about 25%. I'll also turn off the fill so it's just an outline and rename the layer to polygon so it's ready for duplication. And here's the fun part. Let me show you our brand new tool, Layer Duplicator. This tool can actually be installed straight into the MotionDesk panel, which makes it super easy to use. I'll go up to Windows, so Extensions, launch MotionDesk, and then just drag the Layer Duplicator file right into the drop zone. Done! Now everything I need is right here in one simple panel. Let's continue by duplicating our polygon. I'll select the polygon layer and run the Layer Duplicator tool from the MotionDesk panel. First, I'll increase the number of duplicates to 15. Since I want these layers to sit one behind another in depth, I need to use the Z offset. To make it work, I'll switch the polygon layer into 3D mode. Once I go back into the script, the Z offset option becomes active, and I'll set it to 200 with the X offset at 0. To add some variation, I'll also enable the opacity option and set the opacity offset to -5. This way, each duplicated layer will gradually fade as it moves back in space. Finally, I'll click duplicate and the script automatically generates all the layers with the adjustments applied. Let's refine the setup a little more. By selecting the control layer, I get access to all the duplicated polygons at once. Here, I'll adjust the opacity offset and also the position offset Z to balance the depth effect. I'll also make the frame layer 3D, and to keep everything nice and visible, I'll drop in an adjustment layer right between the frame and the polygon copies. To limit the polygon display area to the frame, I'll select all the polygon layers and use the frame as a track matte. Finally, I'll turn the frame's visibility back on so the card itself is visible again. And with that, we get the final look you see here. Let's continue by adding more depth to the card using the frame. I'll select the frame layer and open the Layer Duplicator tool from the panel. This time, I'll set the Z offset to 5 and keep the X offset at 0. Now, from the topmost frame, I'll create one more copy and drag it above all the other layers. On this copy, I'll enable the stroke, disable the fill, and change the stroke color to white. And for the finishing touch, I'll head down to the very bottom frame layer, enable the stroke there too, and make it white. Let's bring the design to life by adding a symbol in the center. I'll type a word, align it to the center using the Align panel, and then make it a 3D layer. Then I'll fire up the Layer Duplicator again. I'll set the Z offset to 3, enable opacity with an offset of -5. I also activate the color section. Set the number of duplicates to 25 and hit duplicate to generate the layers. After that, I'll adjust the settings on the control layer so the stack symbol feels more dynamic and has stronger depth. Plus, I can play with the gradient colors, change the start and end colors. Using the gradient angle option, I can rotate the direction of the gradient, and with hue shift, I can shift the overall color scheme across the layers. This gives me full creative control over how the symbol looks in 3D space. Now let's make this gradient move. By holding down Alt and clicking on the gradient angle stopwatch, I can write an expression, time asterisk minus 150. This makes the number increase over time, creating a smooth animated color shift behind the symbol. To push the design further, I'll add an adjustment layer and apply the glow effect. In the Effect Controls panel, I'll raise the glow radius slightly, which softens the edges and gives the whole card a more polished and vibrant appearance. Let's take things a step further by adding light highlights to the card. Using the pen tool, I'll draw a few diagonal rectangles across the comp. I'll make this new shape layer 3D, move it slightly forward on the Z-axis, and scale it down a bit. Then I'll set it to track matte with the frame layer so the highlight stays neatly inside the card. I'll reduce its opacity and apply a gradient ramp effect, which gives it a soft lighting look. Next, I'll create a camera and a null object. Make both of them 3D and parent the camera to the null. This setup makes controlling the camera much easier and more precise. And don't forget, I'll also map the symbol layers to the frame, so nothing sticks out past the card's edges. Okay, let's wrap this up. I'll select all the layers that make up the 3D card, pre-comp them, and then turn on 3D as well as collapse transformations. And that's it. Now we can animate the whole card super easily as a single piece. And there we go, our 3D card is complete. We went through building the base, duplicating the elements, adding depth, highlights, and even some animation to bring it all to life. I really hope you found this walkthrough helpful and fun. If you'd like to support the channel, a like and subscribe would mean a lot. And you can also check out the other tutorials waiting for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.